they don't have backup. How would you feel if you called Gibraltar, as I did immediately after the January 7th incident, and I asked the question, one, do we need to evacuate, and two, what chemicals were involved? I was told not to worry, no need to evacuate, and they didn't know what chemicals reacted. I was in fear for the safety of my family, and I had to deal with uncaring persons who showed a reckless disregard for the health of not only myself and family, but every man, woman, and child in the area. This company's past noncompliance is reason enough to take this very important step, bring in the best. Now, I wrote this thing 6 months ago because we were in the process of monitors, and we could see that it could go either way. We could put in a best available technology system, or we could recommend it, or you could put in a system such as they described for their temporary monitors. Which leads me to another point. If they have these temporary monitors, they delivered them yesterday, they're operating today, why haven't they had them for 10 years? That just perplexes me to no end. I've always felt like if they had decent monitors around that facility, they would be closed down because you would know, you would have the actual proof that these people were killing people. And maybe not quickly. I mean, this morning when I got out, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, we were going to come down, we were going to come to Austin. Okay, I stepped outside 3 o'clock in the morning like guys sometimes like to do. Guess what I smelled? I smelled chemicals. I thought, this is really strange. Here I am going to go to Austin, and the morning before, I'm smelling chemicals. So I'm not ashamed to be here, and I'll tell this story to anybody. The state, it just seems really weird that the thermal oxidizer has been pushed ahead of the monitors. Okay, what will that do? Well, it'll change up the whole ball game. We're looking at a whole different set of chemicals now. Gibraltar, back over a year ago, after the January 7th incident, said that they were going to put monitors in. They never did. Now they're kind of waiting for the thermal oxidizer to get in, and then they're going to change hands, and they're not going to be culpable for anything. They're completely immune. They'll be out of it, and somebody else will be in it, and it just doesn't make sense to me all along. I saw a billboard the other day when I was going to town, and it says, laws that aren't enforced are jokes. And I really believe that. I haven't seen enforcement of laws. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying in this agency, I see that you're putting this industry over people, and that I think, it's going to come back to hurt you. It's hurting us right now. We're telling you that it is. But that's all I have to say.
Thank you, sir.
Sharon Shaddix, please.
Hi, glad to meet you. I'm Joey's wife. I'm a housewife. We have 2 children. We moved to Winona 13 years ago to get away from Dallas, to get away from pollution. We bought a 35-acre farm, live on a hilltop, renovated a 100-year-old farmhouse. We have 2 daughters now, 11 and 5, and we smell smells a lot, like pesticides, like sulfur, just strong chemical smells, just about weekly. This month in October, we've had to leave our house 4 times, and it usually happens in the morning. A lot of times on Mondays and Tuesdays mornings, for some reason, like between 8 and 10. And Katie, our 11-year-old, she gets sick every time she smells them. And we've had to take her to a specialist, and he says she's chemical sensitive, and to keep her away from chemicals, and we can't hardly do that. I'm sorry. So we put our house up for sale. We didn't want to. And the people that come to look at it, to buy it, they ask why we're selling, and we tell them because we wouldn't lie, and they don't want to buy it either. So right now we're in the process of finding a house to rent somewhere else and just leaving our farm and leaving all the work we've done. So it's been too long for monitors. They should have been there a long time ago. Sorry you couldn't understand me very well.
Thank you.
All right, Virgie Adams. You're going to go next. Wanda Irwin.
Good afternoon. My name is Wanda Irwin.
I live 2/10 of a mile from this plant, Gibraltar Chemicals, and I'm here today to ask the question, where is our justice? Gibraltar came into our small, quiet town of Winona without being honest with the people there. Where is our justice? I feel they have raped our land, contaminated our creeks and water supply, and emits toxic odors into our air. Where is our justice? They have continued to have illegal hazardous waste discharges that have made my family ill, and more important, our little children at school. Where is our justice? Gibraltar Chemicals has never warned us when these illegal emissions occur or even seem to care. Where is our justice? We come here time and time again before you. We're made promises that seem to go unkept. Where is our justice? Now, Gibraltar comes to you today asking for more time. We do not feel that a halfway system is good enough. Time is run out for our small town in Winona. We ask that Gibraltar cease operations until the monitors that are adequate for our situation are installed. This is our justice. Thank you.
Commissioner Hall and to the other Chairman Hall and to the commissioners and general counsel. I want to thank God for the opportunity to appear here today. This is the first time I've been here, but this is not the first time participating with the community, for I've worked with the concerned citizens and Moses for about 12 years. I'm here today because of my concern for a small community, population of a little over 400, where I pastor a predominantly black church, where many of the members have been gravely affected by this plant. One of our deacons and his wife, their property adjoined Gibraltar's property. The wife is sick most of the time. He's having health problems right now, just retired. Concerned about all the children in the school, where my wife is a junior high teacher, and she has been ill. She has to use an inhaler. January 7th emission release, she was at school along with some 700-800 children. She became ill. She didn't know what was wrong. Children became ill. And late after she got home that evening, we found out that there had been a gas release, an explosion of some sort. And my wife had to go to the doctor that next day, because her chest was hurting and all kinds of problems. I've had problems that I had never experienced before. There is a saying that a neighbor of mine used to always say. He said, "A heap see, but a few know." Meaning that a lot of you see Gibraltar, but only we who live there and have to endure that plant day in and day out, we know. We know the truth. We know what it's doing to our families. We know what it is doing to our community. I thought about a prayer here this morning, but I reserved that time to pray in my own private chamber, for I pray often for the community. I pray for Gibraltar, that they will see and be sensitive to what's going on in the community. And I'm praying I'm for the TNRCC, that you will regulate this company to the best of your ability, for the concern of all the people there. Could I have just half a minute? And I want to use that half a minute to sing a song. I want to ask the other group to stand and sing with me. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. The Lord will see us through. The Lord will see us through. The Lord will see us through someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I truly believe we shall overcome someday. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Hall.
Question, Commissioner. I would,
confine the selection processes, and in this case it's been the state that's made those selection processes, to just the usual suspects. So I'll work with you to broaden the input. Of course, yes.
We have the second largest commercial hazardous waste injection well facility in the country, in a community of 457 souls. How do you clean up 44 million gallons worth of the most toxic chemicals known to man and unknown to man that have been injected 1 mile deep and not disposed, but dispersed under all of our lands? The other thing is, 2 weeks ago, about every 2 months, they have either explosions, air releases, or something that have affected the community. The EPA is aware of this because the EPA and FBI have had a joint criminal investigation going on for a year and a half at this facility. 2 weeks ago, when our community called the National Response Center to ask for help because we were all getting ill from their air releases, the Coast Guard, who answered those phones, told us that federal EPA was on the line and was telling them to disregard our calls, that we do that every month because we don't like this facility. I taped one of those conversations, and it is now in the hands of the Coast Guard and EPA through our attorneys. One of the problems that all of us are facing is that when we address our government agencies who we pay to protect us, you don't know our names, you don't know our faces, and you've never met us nor seen the facility or where we live. We feel that you should have to serve an internship in our communities, not visit that you should have to spend time living with us, a short time, so that you know when people call you who they are and that they are not hysterical women. The last thing I have to say is that I am a professional writer. Another professional writer was commissioned to write a piece about America. Since she was a wealthy woman also, she knew nothing of what she wanted to say. So another writer friend of hers told her, go into the slums, go where the poor and wretched are, then you write about America. And she didn't visit, she went and lived with them for a while, and I want to read you what she came up with. Not like the brazen giant of Greek fame, with conquering limbs astride from land to land. Here at our sea-washed sunset gates shall stand a mighty woman with a torch, whose fame the imprisoned lightning and her name mother of exile. From her beacon hand glows worldwide welcome. Her mild eyes command the air-bridged harbor that twin cities frame. Keep ancient lands your storied pomp, cries she with silent lips. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shores, send these the homeless tempest tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Our flame is flickering out in Winona, Texas. Save us before it's too late.
This is not something I can respond to rationally at the moment. All I can say is that the issue of going to Winona, Texas and seeing what happens down there is something that I'll do as soon as we can work out the time to deal with this. And I will tell you this right now. When I hear about public agencies who think they represent the people and who are telling folks that they don't have time to deal with the concerns of people like this, it makes me sick. And what we have to do is change the way that we do business in this nation, and that means I have to be able